Hey Chem friends,
Existence is pain.
and my name's Jeremy.
This is our presentation on what emission duration does and does not depend on.
In terms of emission spectroscopy, emission duration is the length of time it takes for a substance's peak or peaks to no longer have a practically significant intensity, like when the entire peak is under an intensity value of 0.01.
Emission duration is determined by how quickly the dye uses the energy generated by the reaction of the activators. This is why dyes with higher initial intensities, which we are defining as the intensity of the dye right after it was mixed with the activator, stop emitting sooner, or die, because they are able to emit photons with a higher frequency and thus they use energy from the activators at a greater rate.
This can be observed in the third lab, where the green glow stick died first, followed by the mixed glow stick, and finally followed by the red glow stick. The green had the highest intensity peak, and that is why it died first, as it emitted energy quicker. The mixed, when the intensity of both peaks were added together, had the second highest intensity, and the red had the lowest intensity peak, and therefore used energy at the slowest rate, and died last. Like emission intensity, emission duration depends on the properties of energy input, because depending on the type of energy input, molecules can be excited vibrationally, rotationally, or electronically, and all of these different excitational states could perhaps have differing durations based off how much energy they consume.
The molecular composition is also a primary factor in emission duration. Depending on how atoms bond and share electrons with one another creates unique energy levels, which yield different wavelengths of photons, as the distance from each level may alter from distinct bonding patterns. This trend in energy and its relation to emission duration is analogous to energy drinks such as Red Bull, trademark. When first drinking Red Bull, trademark, the consumer's energy level will increase, just as there is an increase in the emission intensity after placing the dyes in hot water, which catalyzes the reaction between activator and dye. However, this increase in energy level, or emission intensity, is not stable, and both the person and dye will quickly decrease in emission of energy. This will lead to a quicker dulling of the light intensity, eventually losing its fluorescence. Similarly, the consumer will crash more quickly after the initial increase in energy brought from the Red Bull.
In summation, emission duration is basically how long it takes for the glow stick to die. This is determined both by molecular composition and the energy source, because both of these factors contribute to the rate at which photons are emitted, which is directly proportional to the rate at which energy is consumed, and thus the energy source is depleted at.